delivered in a Guru Gopal Das style tone, gentle, wise, humorous, spiritual, and deeply human, without any religious or Christian specific themes. Only universal lessons about God, mindset, and purpose. Do you know what truly shapes a woman's destiny? Not her circumstances, not her past, not even what others think of her. It's her mindset. Because when a woman decides within her heart that she is guided by God's wisdom and not by fear, her life begins to bloom in ways even she never imagined. You see, life doesn't respond to how we feel, it responds to how we think. And the most powerful thought a woman can carry is, my life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Every single thing that exists in your life today began as a thought. Before the house you live in was built, it was once an idea in someone's mind. Before the dress you wear, the phone you hold, the career you chose, or even the relationships you nurture, everything started with a single thought. Your mind is the blueprint of your future, and your thoughts are the architects building it, brick by brick. A woman who learns to guard her thoughts becomes the designer of her destiny. She stops waiting for change and begins creating it. Imagine waking up in the morning. Before you even step out of bed, your thoughts begin to speak. Some days they say, I'm tired, I can't handle today. Other days they whisper, today is full of new chances. Those first few thoughts can decide the rhythm of your entire day. If your mind begins with complaint, your energy will mirror that. If your mind begins with hope, your day will flow with peace. Life may not always give you control over circumstances, but it always gives you control over your thoughts. And that is where your real power begins. There's a story of a young woman who faced constant rejection in her career. Each time she applied for a job, she received a polite no. Her friends started to say, maybe it's not meant for you. But she didn't let her thoughts accept defeat. She told herself, every rejection is redirecting me to something better. Instead of giving up, she upgraded her skills, learned from her mistakes, and kept applying. Months later, she received an offer that was far greater than what she had originally wanted. She didn't change her destiny by luck, she changed it by thought. Her mind created her future. Your thoughts are seeds. When you plant fear, you harvest doubt. When you plant faith, you harvest courage. A woman who constantly tells herself she's not enough will begin to live like she isn't. But a woman who tells herself she is growing, learning, and capable will start to notice possibilities she never saw before. The power lies not in the world, but in your words to yourself. The conversation you have within your mind is shaping everything you see outside. Think about it this way. Two women face the same challenge. Both lose a job unexpectedly. The first one says, why does this always happen to me? I'm unlucky. The second one says, maybe this is a chance to explore something new. The situation is identical, but the outcomes are not. One lives in fear, the other in faith. One limits herself, the other liberates herself. It's not the loss that defined them. It's their mindset. That's why the wise say, you don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. Your thoughts are like a lens. If your lens is dusty with negativity, everything appears dull and hopeless. But if your lens is polished with positivity, the same world becomes bright and full of meaning. You might think, but how can I stay positive when life keeps testing me? Remember, positivity doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means choosing to believe that even in chaos, there is a hidden blessing. It means deciding that your mind will serve your peace, not your pain. When you start changing your thoughts, Small miracles begin to happen. You notice opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You begin to attract people who match your new energy. The universe responds to the vibration of your thoughts. If your mind is full of fear, you'll keep meeting reasons to be afraid. But when your mind vibrates with strength, life begins to mirror that strength back to you. One of the most powerful daily habits is to watch your first thought every morning. That's the foundation of your mindset for the entire day. Before you pick up your phone or scroll through the noise of the world, take a deep breath and speak life into your day. Say to yourself, "Today I choose peace. I choose growth. I choose to trust the process." These small sentences carry enormous energy. The moment you speak them, you shift from reacting to creating. Look at nature. It always reflects the power of thought. A seed buried in darkness still believes in the light. It pushes through soil, stone, and storm to become a tree. That's the kind of belief your thoughts must carry. Even when life buries you under responsibilities, heartbreaks, or fear, you must still whisper to yourself, "I will rise." That whisper is your thought, and that thought becomes your strength. Many women spend their lives waiting for the right conditions to start believing in themselves. But the truth is, the belief must come first. Conditions will never be perfect, but your thoughts can always be powerful. Your outer world changes the moment your inner world shifts. You might be sitting in the same home, working the same job, surrounded by the same people, but everything feels lighter because you've started thinking differently. So, guard your thoughts like sacred treasures. Feed them with gratitude, nourish them with wisdom, and protect them from negativity. Whenever doubt knocks, remind yourself, "I am not what has happened to me. I am what I choose to think." When you master your mind, you master your life. In the end, your future isn't written in the stars, it's written in your thoughts. The greatest gift you can give yourself is a mind that believes in possibilities, even when the world shows you limitations. Your thoughts can build bridges over fear, open doors to peace, and light paths you never knew existed. So today, decide to be the architect of your destiny. Let your thoughts design the life you deserve, not the life you fear. Think strength, speak hope, and act with purpose. Because when your thoughts rise, your life rises with them. Every person carries an energy, an invisible field that speaks before your words do, that walks into a room before you enter it. It's the silent language of your soul, and it comes directly from your mindset. Your thoughts create emotions, your emotions create energy, and your energy shapes your entire experience of life. A woman who thinks with clarity radiates calmness. A woman who thinks with purpose glows with confidence. But when her mind is cluttered with fear, doubt, or comparison, her energy becomes heavy, and even her smile feels tired. Think of your mindset as the sun and your energy as the light it gives. When your inner sun is bright, everything around you looks alive. But when clouds of negativity cover it, even the most beautiful day feels dark. The truth is, your energy is not something you just have. It's something you constantly create. You create it every time you choose peace over panic, patience over anger, and gratitude over complaint. Let's take a simple example. Imagine two women start their day in traffic. One keeps muttering, "Why is this happening again? I'll be late, this city never improves." Her energy begins to tighten, her mind fills with frustration. By the time she reaches her destination, her whole body feels exhausted, and the day hasn't even properly started. The other woman, stuck in the same traffic, says to herself, "Alright, this is not in my control. Maybe I can use this time to listen to something uplifting or reflect on my goals. She puts on calm music or a motivational podcast. By the time she reaches the same destination, her mind feels centered, her heart light, her face relaxed. Same situation, different energy. The only difference was mindset. When your mindset is negative, your energy drains. You feel heavy, irritated, and easily hurt. But when your mindset is grounded in faith and purpose, your energy feels vibrant. You walk lighter, speak softer, and think clearer. It's not magic, it's mastery of mind. Have you ever noticed how being around certain people makes you feel good, even if they don't say much? They have this warm presence that feels peaceful. It's not because their life is perfect, it's because their mindset is peaceful. Their thoughts are not battling negativity every moment. They've learned to protect their inner peace like a treasure. And then there are people who drain you just by being around them. It's not their words, it's their energy, built from restless thoughts, constant worry, and a habit of expecting the worst. The most beautiful woman is not the one with perfect looks. It's the one whose energy feels kind and strong. Her energy is like a quiet sunrise, gentle, yet powerful enough to light up everything around her. That kind of energy comes from alignment, when your thoughts, words, and actions all flow in one direction, guided by faith and purpose. Energy also reflects how you handle situations. When life gives you problems, your energy reveals your mindset. Some women panic and spiral into overthinking. Others take a deep breath, remind themselves, this too shall pass, and respond with wisdom. The second woman doesn't have fewer problems. She has a different perspective. Her mindset doesn't drain her energy, it strengthens it. Even in relationships, mindset defines energy. When your thoughts are full of assumptions, judgments, or comparisons, your energy feels defensive. But when your thoughts are full of understanding and kindness, your energy feels safe, and people naturally open up around you. Energy builds trust before words do. Your energy is also contagious. When you walk into a room with positive, grounded energy, people feel calmer. They may not know why, but they sense peace around you. A mother with a calm mindset can quiet a whole household just by her presence. A leader with positive energy can lift an entire team's spirit. A friend with kind energy can heal another's pain simply by listening. The mind creates the energy transforms the space. Now imagine if every morning you consciously charged your energy like you charge your phone. You would wake up, breathe deeply, and think, today I will protect my peace. I will choose to stay kind even when tested. I will respond, not react. These thoughts are like sunlight entering your body. They feed your soul, calm your heartbeat, and fill your day with balance. But when you start your day with worry, what if this goes wrong? What if I fail again? You begin leaking energy before you even leave your bed. It's like carrying a leaking cup all day. No matter how much you pour in, it keeps draining out. The only way to keep it full is to repair the cup, your mindset. Energy is not about smiling all the time. It's about stability. It's about staying centered when life shakes you. The strongest woman is not the loudest one. She's the one who can face storms with grace. She doesn't deny pain, but she doesn't let it define her either. Her mindset tells her, this moment is tough, but it will not take away my peace. And just like that, her energy stays calm, like the still water beneath rough waves. If your thoughts are chaotic, your energy will always feel restless. That's why reflection is so important. Spend time each day just observing your thoughts. not judging them, but guiding them gently back to peace. Think of it as cleaning your inner home. The cleaner your thoughts, the purer your energy. Remember, people may forget your words, but they will always remember how your energy made them feel. Let your energy be healing, not heavy. Let it be warm, not wounded. Every woman carries within her the ability to shift the energy of her entire environment, home, work, or community, simply by shifting her mindset. When your thoughts flow from love instead of fear, from faith instead of doubt, you don't just change your life, you raise the energy of everyone around you. So, protect your energy like something sacred. Don't allow negativity to enter your thoughts easily. Before reacting to anything, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most things aren't. Save your energy for peace, purpose, and people who uplift your soul. Because at the end of the day, your energy is your reflection. It tells the world what's happening within you. Keep your inner world aligned with grace, and your outer world will begin to glow with light. When your mindset rises, your energy becomes a blessing, not just for you, but for everyone who crosses your path. Life has a beautiful yet mysterious way of teaching us. It often hides its greatest lessons inside our deepest challenges. What looks like a setback today may actually be the foundation of your tomorrow. A woman with a growth mindset understands this truth. She doesn't see failure as the end, she sees it as a message. She doesn't ask, why me? She asks, what can I learn? Because every storm she survives carries a hidden blessing, waiting to bloom when she changes her perspective. A fixed mindset fears difficulty. It says, I can't do this, or this always happens to me. But a growth mindset whispers, this is tough, but I will grow through this. The difference is subtle in words, but powerful in outcome. The woman with a growth mindset may cry, she may fall, but she never stops rising. Her strength is not in avoiding pain, but in finding purpose within it. Think about the butterfly. It begins as a caterpillar crawling through the mud, slow and unseen. When it enters the cocoon, the darkness feels endless. Everything it knows about itself begins to dissolve. It's painful, confusing, and lonely. But that darkness is not destruction, it's transformation. When the time is right, the same creature that once crawled emerges with wings. The struggle was never meant to break it, it was meant to build it. Similarly, every woman's life has cocoon moments. Times when she feels trapped, unsure, or defeated. But if she holds faith and grows her mindset, she will eventually fly with wisdom she never had before. A growth mindset is not about pretending life is easy. It's about seeing meaning in what's hard. For example, imagine a woman who has worked for months on a project at work only to have it rejected by her boss. She could easily think, I'm not good enough, I've failed. But a woman with a growth mindset takes a pause and says, all right, what can I do better next time? What did this experience teach me? She studies her mistakes, learns new skills, and improves her approach. The next time, she doesn't just succeed, she shines. Her setback became her training ground. Growth is not glamorous, it's gritty. It happens in silence, in those moments when no one claps for you, when you feel invisible, when everything seems uncertain. Yet that's where character is shaped. Every challenge is like sandpaper. It may feel rough, but it's polishing your strength, patience, and understanding. You cannot become refined without friction. A woman with a growth mindset doesn't compare her journey to others. She knows that every flower blooms in its own season. Roses and sunflowers do not compete, they simply grow. In the same way, Comparing yourself to others will only block your blessings. Growth happens when you focus on your own soil, your own water, your own sunlight, not someone else's garden. Consider another example. A young mother trying to balance her career and family. Some days she feels like she's failing at both. A fixed mindset would make her feel guilty, defeated, and overwhelmed, but a growth mindset reminds her, I'm learning, I'm still improving. I'm allowed to make mistakes as I grow. That single shift in thinking turns pressure into patience. She starts celebrating small wins instead of drowning in guilt. And over time, that mindset transforms her chaos into calm confidence. The beauty of a growth mindset is that it turns pain into power. Every heartbreak becomes a teacher, every loss becomes a lesson, every failure becomes feedback. You stop saying, "This broke me," and start saying, "This built me." You realize that nothing truly destroys you, it only reveals who you are meant to become. Even the most successful women in the world didn't reach their goals without failure. They simply refused to let those failures define them. They turned rejection into redirection, mistakes into motivation. That's the essence of growth, transforming what was meant to stop you into what propels you. When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop seeing challenges as punishment and start seeing them as preparation. You begin to notice how each tough moment strengthens your patience, deepens your understanding, and shapes your faith. Suddenly, what once seemed like chaos begins to make sense. You start realizing that even unanswered prayers were guiding you somewhere better. The truth is, life will never stop testing you. But when your mindset is grounded in growth, you stop being afraid of those tests. You start welcoming them. You say, "Okay, life, what are you trying to show me this time?" That's when you begin living from a place of calm strength instead of constant stress. Every challenge you face carries a mirror. It shows you your own hidden potential. When you fail, it teaches humility. When you succeed, it teaches gratitude. When you're rejected, it teaches patience. And when you're hurt, it teaches compassion. The growth mindset allows you to see these hidden blessings in real time instead of waiting years to understand them. In everyday life, we often try to control everything: outcomes, people, timing. But real growth begins the moment you surrender control and trust the process. You understand that you may not see the full picture right now, but every experience is painting something meaningful behind the scenes. Just like a seed doesn't see the sunlight when it's buried, you may not see your purpose when you're struggling, but it's there, waiting to rise. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in challenge. So instead of asking God to make life easier, ask Him to make your mindset stronger. Because when your mindset grows, no situation can shrink you. You stop fearing problems and start facing them with wisdom. You become the kind of woman who doesn't just survive storms. She learns how to dance in the rain. So, embrace your challenges with courage. They are not roadblocks, they are reminders that you are being shaped for something greater. Every difficulty is not here to destroy you, it's here to develop you. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize that every mountain you climbed, every tear you shed, and every struggle you overcame was necessary. They didn't happen to break your spirit, they happened to build your wings. Believing in yourself is one of the purest forms of spirituality. It is not pride and it is not ego. It is the quiet acknowledgement that God has placed something divine within you and that your duty is to honor it. Every woman carries a sacred strength inside her, a strength that often lies hidden beneath layers of doubt, fear, and old wounds. Self-belief is the process of uncovering that strength, polishing it with faith, and allowing it to shine through your actions. It's not about thinking you are better than others. It's about realizing that you were never created to be less than who you are meant to be. The truth is, self-belief doesn't come naturally to everyone. It's not always easy to look at yourself in the mirror and see potential instead of imperfection. Many women spend years believing the lies the world tells them. That they're not capable, not beautiful, not strong enough, not worthy of success or love. And yet, every time life knocks them down, something inside still whispers, "Get up." That whisper is the voice of self-belief. It is your soul reminding you that you are built from something greater than defeat. Self-belief begins in the smallest of moments. It's in the choice to speak kindly to yourself when you make a mistake. It's in the courage to try again after you've failed. It's in the decision to show up for yourself, even when no one else does. Think about it. Every great achievement in history started with one person who believed they could, even when others laughed, doubted, or ignored them. That one belief became the spark that lit an entire fire of transformation. Imagine a woman who has always been told that she's too ordinary to do something extraordinary. She grows up believing that success is for others, not for her. But one day, she decides to challenge that thought. She begins learning a new skill, taking small steps each day. At first, she's scared. Her mind tells her, "What if you fail?" But her heart answers, "What if I succeed?" With every small victory, her confidence grows. Months later, she achieves something she never thought possible. Did the world change? No, her mindset did. Her faith in herself shifted her entire direction. That's the power of self-belief. It doesn't require you to know the whole path. It just asks you to take the first step. With faith, every step after that becomes easier because your trust in yourself deepens. Self-belief is deeply connected to faith in God. When you believe in yourself, you are also believing in the intelligence that created you. You are saying, "If God chose me to live this life, then He must have placed everything I need inside me already." When you doubt yourself, you are not just doubting your abilities, you are doubting His design. That's why self-belief is not arrogance, it's devotion. It's saying, "I trust the work of the divine within me." Consider how a gardener plants a seed. The seed doesn't see the sun, yet it believes in the light. It pushes through soil, darkness, and pressure to reach the sky. That is self-belief in nature's purest form. The seed doesn't question if it's worthy of becoming a tree. It just grows because it was meant to. In the same way, you were meant to rise, to create, to shine. But you must believe that you can. There will be days when that belief feels weak. Days when your mind whispers that you're not enough, when people misunderstand you, when nothing seems to go right. On those days, remind yourself that even the strongest trees face storms. They don't stop growing because of the wind. They bend, they sway, but they keep their roots deep in the ground. Your roots are your faith. The deeper your faith in yourself, the less any storm can uproot you. Many women wait for others to validate their worth before they believe in themselves. But real confidence doesn't come from applause, it comes from alignment. It's born when your heart, mind, and spirit work together in harmony. When you wake up and decide, "I don't need to prove my worth, I just need to live it," that's when your inner light becomes unstoppable. In daily life, this belief shows up in subtle but powerful ways. It's in how you carry yourself during failure, how you speak about yourself when no one's listening, how you choose peace instead of panic. A woman with self-belief doesn't seek approval for every decision. She trusts her intuition. She doesn't wait for permission to grow. She gives herself permission to evolve. Self-belief also has a ripple effect. When one woman begins to truly believe in herself, she unknowingly inspires others to do the same. Her presence becomes a reminder that strength doesn't have to shout. It can simply be. You can see it in her eyes, hear it in her voice, and feel it in her energy. She becomes a living example of what it means to trust the divine within. Think about how you talk to yourself when things go wrong. Do you criticize yourself or do you comfort yourself? Because your inner dialogue is the foundation of your self-belief. Replace "I can't" with "I'll try." Replace "I failed" with "I learned." Replace "I'm not ready" with "I'm growing." The words you say to yourself shape the woman you become. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you'll never have doubt. It means you'll keep moving despite doubt. It means when your mind says, "I can't," your spirit replies, "Watch me." It means you understand that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present, willing, and faithful to your growth. When you practice self-belief every day, it becomes sacred. It becomes your prayer in motion. It's how you honor the Creator who placed strength within you. So, when life challenges you, don't shrink back. Stand tall and remind yourself, "I am capable because I am created with purpose. I am strong because I am guided by faith. I am enough because I am growing every day." Believing in yourself is not a moment, it's a journey. Some days it's easy, some days it's a battle. But every time you choose to believe a little more, you align your heart with divine power. And over time, that belief transforms into something unshakable, a quiet, radiant confidence that no failure, fear, or opinion can ever take away. Because once a woman truly believes in herself, she doesn't just live life, she leads it with grace, faith, and light that inspires everyone she meets. The people you allow into your circle are not just part of your life, they are part of your energy, your thoughts, your habits, and eventually your destiny. The company you keep has the power to lift you higher or quietly pull you down without you even realizing it. Your mindset, no matter how strong, is like a garden. The people around you are either watering your flowers or stepping on them. You become like the conversations you entertain, the attitudes you absorb, and the values you witness daily. That's why being selective with your circle isn't selfish, it's sacred. Every woman needs to understand that her environment is shaping her more than she knows. If you surround yourself with people who complain constantly, soon you'll start finding faults in everything too. If you spend time with people who believe in possibilities, you'll start thinking bigger than you ever have before. Energy is contagious. You catch it the same way you catch a mood. You don't always notice it happening, but over time, you become what you are around. Think of your closest circle as mirrors. Each one reflects something about you, your choices, your standards, your energy. If your circle reflects jealousy, gossip, or negativity, it's a sign you're dimming your light to fit in. But if your circle reflects encouragement, honesty, and growth, it's a sign you're aligning with your higher self. The right people don't just inspire you, they hold you accountable to the version of yourself you're meant to become. Imagine a woman who wants to start her own business. She has a vision, but her friends tell her, "It's too risky. What if you fail?" Over time, those voices plant fear in her heart. She begins to doubt herself and delays her dreams. But if she's surrounded by people who say, You've got this. Let's plan it out. You can learn along the way. Her energy shifts. The same woman begins to act with courage instead of fear. Her success is not only her hard work, it's the echo of faith from her circle. That's how powerful influence can be. Even in small, everyday situations, your circle plays a role. If you share your struggles with someone who listens and uplifts you, you leave the conversation lighter. But if you share with someone who criticizes or compares, you leave feeling smaller. Your circle should be a place where your spirit can rest, not where it's questioned. True friends don't compete with your growth. They celebrate it. They remind you of your worth when you forget it. They don't feed your doubts, they feed your strength. A healthy circle doesn't mean everyone around you is perfect or always positive. It means they carry sincerity and good intentions. They challenge you to think better, live better, and be better. They don't let you settle for less than you deserve. And most importantly, they don't drain your peace, they protect it. It's also important to understand that not everyone can stay in your circle forever. Some people are lessons, not lifelong companions. There will be moments when outgrowing someone feels painful. But remember, growth often requires distance. You cannot climb a mountain if you're carrying the weight of everyone who refuses to move. Protecting your mindset sometimes means walking away quietly from those who no longer align with your path. It doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you start caring more about your peace. There's a saying, if you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. That's the truth of growth. Surround yourself with people who challenge your comfort zone, who make you question your limits, who push you to think deeper. When you're around people with purpose, your own purpose becomes clearer. Look at nature. The trees that grow closest together share their roots underground. They connect, support, and protect each other from storms. But a tree that grows near poisonous plants or weak roots begins to wither. In the same way, your circle nourishes or drains you. The connections you choose determine the strength of your roots. Even in family and workplace dynamics, this principle holds true. You can't always control who you work with or who's around you, but you can control what you absorb. If someone's negativity starts affecting you, create an emotional boundary. Don't let other people's bitterness become your belief system. You can stay kind without staying close. You can stay polite without letting them shape your peace. Sometimes, the circle that shapes your mindset isn't even made of people you meet daily. It's the voices you listen to, the books you read, the videos you watch, the mentors you follow. All of these are part of your circle too. If your free time is filled with wisdom, inspiration, and positivity, your mindset becomes strong and steady. But if your time is spent comparing, complaining, or scrolling through meaningless noise, your energy becomes scattered. Choose carefully what and who you allow into your mental space. One of the strongest signs of inner growth is when you begin to crave peace more than company. You start realizing that solitude is not loneliness. It's sacred space for reflection and clarity. You learn that being selective with your circle doesn't make you arrogant. It makes you aware. You stop chasing attention and start seeking alignment. And when you align yourself with peace, the right people naturally find you. There will be moments when you'll feel isolated because you're growing. Don't let that discourage you. A flower doesn't grow in a crowd, it grows in silence, in its own time. Keep nurturing yourself. The right circle will form around your energy when your vibration matches your vision. Your circle is a mirror of what you believe you deserve. If you believe you deserve respect, you'll attract respectful people. If you believe you deserve growth, you'll attract dreamers, doers, and believers. But if you tolerate disrespect, gossip, or negativity, you teach the world how to treat you. So raise your standards and your circle will rise with you. Remember, who walks beside you matters as much as where you're going. Surround yourself with those who speak life into your dreams, not death into your confidence. Stay close to people who see your light even when you can't. And above all, make sure your own presence in someone else's circle brings peace, not pressure. Because at the end of the day, your circle is not just a reflection of who you are, it's a prophecy of who you're becoming. Choose wisely, love deeply, and keep your circle filled with those who remind you of your purpose and help you stay faithful to it. There comes a time in every woman's life when things don't make sense, when the path ahead feels unclear and the answers you seek seem hidden behind silence. It's in these moments that faith becomes your anchor. Faith doesn't mean everything will go according to your plan. It means trusting that even when it doesn't, something better is quietly unfolding. Life will test your patience, your courage, and your hope. But if you hold on to faith, you'll see that every delay, every detour, and every disappointment was a part of a greater design shaping your strength. Faith in the process means believing that your life has rhythm and timing, even when you can't see it. Just like the seed buried deep in the soil can't see the sunlight yet still keeps growing, you too must believe that your efforts, your prayers, and your persistence are taking root, even when nothing seems to be happening on the surface. Many women give up right before the breakthrough because they lose faith during the waiting season. But those who keep believing, even when they can't see the outcome, are the ones who rise with grace and power when the time is right. In daily life, we all face moments that test our faith. You may be giving your best at work and still feel unnoticed. You may love deeply but face heartbreak. You may try everything and still feel stuck. In those moments, faith whispers, "Keep going." Faith reminds you that the universe doesn't work on your schedule, it works on divine timing. What's meant for you will not miss you, but you must stay patient enough to receive it when the time comes. Think of a woman who dreams of building her own path. Maybe she's working long hours, saving money, learning skills, yet progress feels painfully slow. Days pass, months pass, and doubts creep in. But if she chooses faith instead of frustration, she'll find that every small step was building her foundation. One day, the right opportunity comes, and suddenly everything aligns. But it wasn't sudden. It was the quiet reward of all those days she believed in the unseen. Faith in the process also means accepting that not everything that falls apart is a loss. Sometimes what breaks you is actually clearing the space for what's meant to build you. When friendships fade, when jobs end, when dreams crumble, it's natural to feel hurt. But if you step back, you'll see that some endings are disguised beginnings. You might not understand it in the moment, but later you'll realize the closed door was protection, not punishment. We often think faith is only about big moments, miracles, major decisions, or life-changing events. But true faith is built in small, everyday choices. It's in choosing kindness when someone is rude to you. It's in staying honest when shortcuts look easier.